That's Lois texting me. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Positively Knitting Podcast. And I am on the road with my husband because we are headed down to the valley to one of my favorite stores, or two of my favorite stores, IKEA and Unique Vintage, because I got a gift card for Christmas that I need to spend during February, which is my birthday month. That's right. It's my birthday month. Go me. Whoop, whoop. Turn up. Turn up.
For what?
Not for what, because it's my birthday month.
Oh, okay.
Turn up, period. So I am dressed, made up, hair's kind of done, and I am on the road. So I thought I'd podcast because I haven't had a chance to do it in the house. Because once I get in the house, I always find things to do. So we've been busy. It's been great because a lot of it has been work for my husband. That's a blessing, right?
It's a blessing.
It's a blessing. And then also this past week, my son Jason went to Winter Formal. And I had the pleasure of shopping for someone else and spending money on someone else. And it's kind of, I mean, you think girls are hard to shop for, but boys are pretty hard to shop for. You guys want to hear my husband's drink order?
Nope.
They know.
Nope.
Anywho.
Speak up.
So we went, Jason and I went shopping. Nick has been sick for he was sick for like 4 days, so that was a lot. And I'm thinking during all of this, I won't get time to knit or crochet or anything, but the opposite has happened. I have been knitting and crocheting up a storm. So for those of you who don't follow me on Instagram and haven't seen, I was sent a surprise gift in the mail, but she told me about it first. But knitting my bag, yeah, surprise.
Getting something in the mail.
Lois told me about. Lois sent me a text. Yeah, it was a Lois surprise. So she sent me a text message saying that I had a bag coming because I am knitting, or not knitting. I'm crocheting for Hillary, who was her daughter. I'm crocheting for her daughter's wedding. Yeah, Laura's daughter is getting married in May to a wonderful youth minister who she met in May named Matt. So yay, right? And I'm going to crochet for her because who doesn't need a crochet Afghan, right?
And it's a beautiful.
So far, right?
I saw the picture what it's going to look like too. It's
very I hope. So I just knew that I wanted to make her a wedding blanket because I'm so excited for her and her new life and her new marriage. So, and as a surprise to me, Lois sent me a bag with wedding cakes on it. And you guys, I don't have anything in the card that I'm talking about. Well, I do have a couple of things that I plan on knitting while my husband drove, but I decided to do a podcast. So I'm not going to pull it out, but I will put things in at the very end of the podcast. I'll put this down. Does that help?
No.
I'm blacked out. Yeah. Oh, it's adjusting. Can you guys? Okay. It's adjusting.
The mystery podcaster.
Right. Find your podcaster. Okay. So I was surprised with that bag, and then I went out and bought yarn to make her present because look, you guys, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that even though it's my birthday month, I'm going to try to knock this blanket out this month. Okay, the blanket that I'm going to make is the Tree of Love Afghan, and I will put pictures of everything that I'm talking about at the very end of the podcast once I get home. So if you guys you can either look on Ravelry in the group, or you can, I am going to do it. Stop looking at yourself and look at the road. You're driving. This is ridiculous.
I'm trying to see you.
I'm cool. I got me. So it's the Tree of Love Afghan. It's a paid-for pattern on Ravelry. The price is $2.99, and it's well worth it. It's a crochet pattern. It needs to be made with, it doesn't need to be made with a certain type of yarn because you can really do it with whatever size yarn you want with the appropriate size hook. Okay, I am making it with worsted weight yarn in the gray color and a size J hook. I think it's a J. Yeah, it's a J hook. And it's the Clover Amour hook because people ask what kind of hooks that I'm using. I'm using the Clover Amour hook, and I love it. It's my favorite hook ever. And what else about to make the Tree of Love Afghan, you need to know how to chain a lot. Well, yeah, I had to chain a lot to start, and I mean by a lot it's 100 and something stitches. So you need to know how to chain, you need to know how to single crochet, you need to know how to yarn over, and then with all that you can do a bobble. So a lot of the texture of this Afghan, the beauty of the Afghan are the bobbles. Don't you think, honey?
Yes.
Yeah, you like the bobbles.
I do.
So I didn't know how to do bobbles. Before I started the Afghan, I went and looked at YouTube. I did in the search engine a search for bobbles, and something came up, and I looked at it, and so I'm like, I can do it. And then there's also directions for those of you who learn better by reading. So there are directions in the pattern for how to do bobbles. And I started on the 1st of February, which is very funny, but I did. And so far, I think I am on row. I'm on row like 19 or 20. So
You
far,
can see bobbles.
you can see you do three rows of just single crochet, and then you go in with the bobbles. I mean, it's crazy. And I was doing calculations because I thought the pattern, I was reading other people's project pages, and they were saying that, you know, the Afghan came out too narrow, or so I'm like, well, how many stitches wide is it, and then how long is it? So it is it's 125 stitches wide, but it's like 280 rows long, right? So I like totally plugged those numbers into the calculator, and it ended up being like over 34,000 stitches that I would have to do, and that was without having to do the bobbles, which, you know, you need to do yarn overs, yeah, and pull throughs a couple of times in one stitch. So it's a labor of love, definitely. I am enjoying this because the bobbles make it fun for me. It's something new and it's something interesting, and I think if I can make it, anyone can make it. I was debating on whether or not to put pictures up on my Instagram, because Hillary, and even Valerie, because I don't know, because Hillary watches the podcast.
Right.
But maybe I can tell Lois to tell her not to watch until March. You know?
I think that cat's out of the bag because you're doing your podcast right now.
But I can tell, I haven't posted it.
True.
So I can tell Lois not to, to tell Hillary to not watch it until like April, whatever. I'm sure she watches other podcasts too, so that's completely okay. So that's that blanket. And the pattern is great. It's 16 rows. I am just using I printed out 2 pages, and I have 4 more rows to be done with the first page. And I'm just taking a pen and marking out what I need to mark out. The only tip that I'm doing that I have, and this is what I'm doing for myself, when I'm just straight crocheting across, and it's like crochet 80 single crochet across, every 10 I just put a stitch marker, which is just a piece of string for me, so I can, in case I have to get up or do laundry, or I get a phone call, or I have an emergency, then he's trying to fix me. He can't fix me. I don't know. That's better, right? But it's up my nose. Okay. And then if I have to put the pattern down, that I know where I am in that row without having to like go through a long drawn out process. So that's that. Oh, and I have to tell you guys, let me tell you guys about my my Stitch Surfer socks, which I was like cruising away on my Stitch Surfer socks, and a couple of weeks ago,
You were surfing away.
I was surfing away, right? I was getting my surf on, seriously. But a couple of weeks ago, I took my Stitch Surfer socks along with my other colorwork socks, my Lithuanian socks that I am knitting, and I took them in the bag, and I went down to my sister's house for her birthday, because our birthdays are very close to each other. So I baked her German chocolate cake from scratch, because that's what I have to do, and then I took her cake, her birthday money, because she likes getting money, and I took my knitting because I planned to hang out with my sister and my husband and just kick it for the day. But we ended up going out my sister has never had sushi, you guys. So
Is that insane? How is that possible?
It's possible. So we took my sister out for sushi and sake, and her and her friend Cynthia, who's my girl. It's my girl, right? And we had a good time. We had so much fun that I left my bag and my 2 projects in there. And also in there was my rings too. So no, they're not gone. So that happened on a Saturday. The next Tuesday I went back down to Compton to my mom's house to see my sister to get my hair done because we had to go to a very fancy schmancy Christmas party, right? So when my sister was doing my hair, she said, "Oh my God, I forgot your bag in my house." And I'm like, "Well, it's no big deal because," which it was to me when I tried to play it off, right? And I'm like, "It's no big deal because I'll just cast something else on, or it's okay, I'll be back down that way in February for my birthday month." So, my birthday. So yeah, so I've been going, this is why I've had time to do other things because I haven't been doing my color work socks. I haven't been surfing, and trust me, I have been thinking about if I should cast on another pair of stitched surfer socks because I think they would look good in self-striping yarn with the solid color, and I have tons of that. But instead of casting on another pair of socks, I just picked up something new. I started that blanket, and I also started the Color Affection shawl. The Color Affection shawl is about, I think it's a $6 pattern by Vera Valimaki, and this thing was like totally viral, podcastal. It was like all over everyone's podcast a couple of years ago, and it was definitely all over Ravelry. And it's still one of the top selling patterns on Ravelry. And if you guys want to see how much money this lady made off of one good pattern, and she has a ton of good patterns, but this one good pattern, you should go on Ravelry. You should see how many projects she has. And I left out a good 800, and I multiplied the price of the pattern times the people that purchased it. So if you are thinking about being a designer, selling patterns or whatever,
get on that.
Do it. All you need is like one. It's, you know what I'm saying? Just do it. Do it, right? So I got the Color Affection, and I'm doing it too because Lois, Knitting's my bag, she's doing the Color Affection, and she started it, and I have wanted to do it for years. I wanted to do it 2 years ago when I was on another podcast, and the pattern was not available. And that was in like December, and the pattern's going to come out in February. And I'm like, I'm buying that pattern, but everybody did it, so I just never got around to doing it. And now is the perfect time for me to do it. I am making the Color Affection on a size 5 needle because it calls for size 6. I am a looser knitter. It's just knit, okay? But I'm making it. I'm doing it on a size 5 Chalgu needle. Ooh, there are popos.
Yeah, I knew it too because we were stepping on the brake.
And not that you were speeding or anything.
No,
God forbid. Never that, right? And what else? Oh, I had a time picking the yarn that I was going to make because I did not want to buy yarn. I wanted to knit from stash because this is Stash Down as well as Stash Around 2014. And I have a lot of yarn. A lot of my yarn just does not match each other well enough, or I didn't feel like knitting with it. So the yarn that I ended up choosing was a skein of yarn that your old pilot Dan got me when he went to Australia. Yes, and it's alpaca, and that was the jumping off point. So I think it's Jamison yarns, and it's alpaca, right? So then I went into my stash and I pulled out because I have a lot of alpaca, but the majority of it is sport weight, which, to me feels like fingering weight, especially in alpaca. So I pulled out the rest of the yarn that I had that was alpaca, and I'm using a cream color. Well, it's a natural color alpaca from Garn Studio that I bought from Vogue Knitting when they did it in LA a couple of years ago. So I'm using that. So that's from Stash. And then the other yarn that I'm using is the alpaca that you just brought me last year from a yarn store when you went on your trip the last time, and you came back with was it me?
From Oklahoma.
Yeah, so it's the
what was the name of that place?
I don't know what the name of the place was. You went. Loops? Was it?
Yeah.
It wasn't Loops.
Loops.
So
Loops.
Yeah, so
Loops in Oklahoma City.
Okay, so because I remember there was a bag. It came in a bag, and the bag said Loops. I don't know if it was their bag.
Yeah.
But I'm using that yarn too. So those are the 3 yarns that I'm using, and I'm also throwing in occasional light pink stripe of Garn Studio sport weight yarn too. So far so good. I've done the first, the beginning edge, and now I'm on the first stripe section, and I need to do 12 stripes. I have 6 stripes down. It's starting to take a long time. The beautiful thing about the color affection is that it is just knit. So to make the color affection, all you need to know how to do is to cast on and to knit and to bind off. That is it. Oh, well, that's not really it, because you have to know how to make one left and to make one right. So cast on, increase, knit, bind off. That's it. And what's also beautiful in this section right now is because I'm using 2 color yarns, I can pretty much read where I am in the pattern. My tips for making one left and make one right is that to make one left, well, basically to make one right, I always remember the saying, I'll be right back. So I know that to make one right, I have to take my left needle and push it, put it through the back, so right back. And to make one left, it's the opposite. So you take your needle and you put it left through the front, and you knit through the opposite way. So yeah, those are my tips for making one, and it comes in handy for me, and I use it. Right? So thank you, honey. I appreciate the compliment. That's the color affection. So far so good. The alpaca is going to be super, super warm. I'm always cold, so that's fine. And that's it. I'm plugging away on it. The other thing that I am knitting is, and I have it. I said I wasn't going to pull it out, but hey, why not? You know, it's here because I have my donut bag. You guys, I'm going to put a picture of the wedding cake bag that Lois sent me, and it is adorable. It is so, so, so cute. And when Stu saw it, he said, "Are those birthday cakes?" Because, you know, it's my birthday month.
Yeah, I thought it was a birthday cake bag.
I know. So, hey, it's a
cake bag.
It's a cake bag because this month is a birthday cake bag. I don't care. Sorry, Hillary. Oh, but she's not watching this month, so it's a birthday cake bag. Look, I have the color affection, so I can show it. I'm telling you, when I go, I just throw stuff in a bag. And the beautiful thing about the Knitting My Bags is that these are the medium-sized ones, no pockets, because I don't like pockets. And I can throw a lot of stuff into one bag. You know, it's big enough. It's really bang for your buck. Oh, and also, can I just say, my birthday month is all about, the older you get, the longer you get to celebrate your birthday, right? That's just my right. Except for Stu, who's older than me.
Wait.
What?
Except for Stu.
Yeah, because you don't celebrate for a month.
No, it's not right.
you only celebrate for a couple of days. What's the weekend? Not even. That's what I'm saying. But me, I get the whole month, right? So, the first present that I got was a pair of owl socks, right? So I
got you that.
The boys. So I wore those already, and then the second present that I got was a Knitting My Bag. Beautiful, that's what I call it, beautiful. It's a bee bag, a honeybee bag, and it has honeycombs and bees on it. It's so cute, and it's yellow, and it's so happy and cheery, and I had to have this bag. So I got the bag for my birthday. So that's the second present. Woo woo, right? Okay, so that's what I'm talking about, my birthday month. So, and that bag, I can't wait to get it. I cannot wait to get it. It should be in the mail today or tomorrow. Yay, birthday. In theory. No, she's great. I already got the shipping confirmation. Yay. Okay. So, yeah, here's my color affection right here.
That is an affectionate color.
Isn't it? It's really big, too. It's really, really big. It's going to be huge, and that's fine with me. And I'm going to wear it. I'm really going to wear it. So, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, I have 6 stripes in, and I have 6 more to go, and it's taking a while. So that's my color affection. And yeah, I'm in a pink period. You know, I was in a blue period for a minute, and now I'm in a pink period. So yeah, now I am.
Soon to be followed by a yellow-orange period.
Yeah, right. It's coming. So I am still working on my basic stock socks. I have already put in my afterthought heel, and I did this because, first of all, just because it's an afterthought heel doesn't mean that you have to do it after you finish your whole sock. No, you do it when you want to do it. That is the beauty of an afterthought heel. I used, because I could not stand to break into my bench And the colors are showing up pretty well on here in the car. Except for me. Go figure, right? Go figure. But I could not bear to break into my Finch. And honestly, I was a little too lazy. I didn't want to wind my own yarn when it came time to put in the afterthought heel, and he was asleep. So I couldn't wait. And I had my pink alpaca, my Drops alpaca. Did I say Garn Studio? Well, it's Drops. My Drops alpaca yarn, which is it says sport weight if you go look at it, but it totally feels like a fingering weight. So I had this, it was pink, and I'm like, I'm going to use it, and that's what I did. So I put in my afterthought heel already. It fits perfectly. And also, let me tell you guys that there is a wonderful, wonderful tutorial. I think it's by Brittany of the Just One More Row podcast on how to not end up with holes in your afterthought heel sock. I came across it because I just wanted a refresher on how to decrease. So how to decrease and on your afterthought. I didn't know if it was SSK first or knit two together first, so I just wanted a refresher on that, and I came across the tutorial by Brittany, and I also put it in the group in the Positively Knitting group on Ravelry. Why are you laughing at me? Brittany, it's Brittany. So I put the tutorial in the group on Ravelry if you guys are curious to see it. So here's my afterthought heel. Here's my basic stockinette sock. I love it. The yarn was a gift from my girl Lois, who should just go ahead and change her name to my girl Lois, her Diana, because I always say it like it's her name. And the yarn is Lollipop yarn, and I think it's the toasty colorway. I love this. So I don't know if this amount of pink though, and even the toes, is going to stop my boys from wearing it, because right now Nick can wear the same size as I can. Jason can't, but Nick can, and I know he likes these socks. So, oh, and what else? Oh, here's the yarn. This is the other yarn. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have all the yarn in this bag. I have all the yarn for my Color Affection and also my socks. Is that crazy? And yeah, and I also thought about putting this color into my Color Affection too, because you need a little over 400 yards of each color of 3 colors, or some variation therein with 2 colors, or a whole lot of 1 color. So I just grabbed what I could to make it work. So that's what I did. Is that all I've been working on?
It's a lot.
Is it a lot? It's a lot. So far, the Color Affection is fun. Everything I am working on is fun. Knitting is fun for me. Oh, I am also doing the crochet mood blanket. The crochet, for 2014. But I'm doing the monthly squares. So I've done the squares for the last couple of months. No, I'm not doing the monthly squares. I'm doing the weekly squares. I've done the squares for the last couple of weeks, and even though I haven't posted them on Instagram, I am keeping up with that.
Around the house.
They are, aren't they? I'm doing the join as you go method, and because they are granny squares, they are very easy to do. So if you guys are curious about that, you should totally go look on Ravelry. There is a Crochet Mood Blanket 2014 group. And if you're interested in the join as you go method, there is a free pattern on Ravelry. And there are a whole lot of tutorials on YouTube. And also I took a class on Craftsy when it was like dirt cheap. I bought it on a join as you go crochet. So I'm all set. I am with it and I'm ready to go. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to tell you guys that I've been doing. I've been doing a lot. And sewing. I've been sewing a little. I have to sew I'm planning on sewing an apron as a hostess gift.
Hurry up.
It's Friday. Today is like Monday.
I know.
I can do that in a day.
Yeah.
Or 2.
Better hurry up.
So I'm going to sew an apron. I already bought the fabric. It's so cute. It's black and white, right? And I'm sewing a hostess gift apron for a friend of ours we're going to an adult get together.
No, not that kind of adult.
I was thinking that kind of adult.
Well, when you do the air quotes.
I mean, no children.
Yeah, that's.
What kind of knitters do you think we are? What kind of crafters do you think we are?
Those kind.
No, we're not.
Especially
okay,
when you do air
I don't know
quotes.
who you hang out with, but my friends are not like that. With the bunny ears, right?
Yeah.
No. So I thought that I was debating if I should give her crocheted coasters with hearts in it because it is around Valentine's Day. So I thought that would be a good gift. Or should I make her an apron? So apron went out, but I might do like a coaster because there are only 2 of them, her and her husband. So I might do coasters to match the apron so they can have it with hearts on it for Valentine's Day.
Aww.
Yeah, if I have time, because those don't take. There are plenty of free crochet heart patterns on Ravelry, and also you can find some knit ones too. I'm sure there are plenty of free ones. I haven't looked for them because I'm not trying to knit a coaster. Okay, the positive thought of the week. Oh, you know what it is? Let me tell you. So it really is a thought. So last weekend, 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago now, my husband.
Say something hat day.
Yeah, not that.
Oh.
My husband was working the junket for the Lego movie, the new one that's coming out, and we went to his job. We drove to Legoland from the Valley, which took he got off at like 11:30. We did not get down to Legoland until 2:00 in the morning.
Well, checked in.
We didn't check in until 2:00 in the morning. It was a long drive, but hey, I stayed positive, right?
Yes, you did.
I did.
Very unbelievable. The whole weekend.
What's unbelievable? I'm positive. What? Oh, I stayed positive. I did stay positive the whole weekend.
Yes.
But we were dragging in, and we got there, and we were dragging slup into the elevator, and we got in the elevator, and we heard.
Okay.
We heard elevator music. It was like right, the girl from Ipanema, right, and it's like Lego people in there, and we're like, okay.
Not they're on the walls.
They're on the
drawn
walls.
on the walls.
They're drawn. Yeah, it's like a bad Lego dream.
Right.
Okay.
Disco.
The whole hotel. Okay. So we get in the elevator and we're like, oh, that's cute. They're playing elevator music in the elevator, right?
Actually, Nikki says, what's that? And I go, that's elevator music. Right about the time the door actually closed.
Right. As soon as the door closes, this song comes on and it says, everything is awesome. Right? And it's like
everything is cool when you're
part of the team, right? So
everything.
Yeah, and it was like rocking out on the elevator, and it really did kind of pump us up. But then it was like disco lights.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like for 3 floors because this is only a 3-story ride. The elevator turned into a disco, which was great. And while over our stay, that was like the best ride ever.
And then as soon as you got to the floor, like
yeah,
right before the
as soon
door
as we got,
opens,
it went back to
bum ba da da dum bum ba da da dum
Yeah.
bum. So it was like your little secret.
Yeah. So when we were staying there, the kids would want to get on the elevator just to rock out.
Yep.
Like it was great. It was great, and it was just that. So when we got home from Legoland, that song of course was stuck in our heads, and we went to go look for the song, and we found the song. It's like the theme song kind of for the new Legoland movie. But trust me, the song on the Legoland movie is better than the people singing it. I forgot who sung it, but I'll find it. I'll put it in the podcast. It's so great. And
like something like somebody is
Tay and something.
Tay and
I
somebody.
can't remember. Yeah, Tay and some. Anyways,
they're European, I think.
for real.
Yeah.
Oh. Anywho, we hadn't heard the whole song. We had just heard a tiny little section of the song, and the song goes on to say how everything is awesome. Like clogs are awesome, right?
Socks
are awesome. So, yeah,
crocheting.
it's awesome. They don't say it, but it is.
Okay.
It is.
It is.
It is. Knitting is awesome. Everything that you do is awesome. And even though I am not an advocate of using that word to apply to everything, I really think that the song means to find the happy and to find the wonder in everything.
Yeah.
Everything. And that makes days better, It just does. So that's it. That's the positive thoughts. To try to find the happy and the
Awesome.
wonder and the awesome in everything that you do.
Yep.
I'm going to find the awesome in the store as soon as we get there.
Yeah.
Because they got $25 retro dresses.
Oh, I thought you were about IKEA. We're
Not
going to go right to the
IKEA.
return section because the boy needs a television stand.
Oh, yeah, that boy, huh?
And then Stu needs some Swedish
We
meatballs.
might not. It's my birthday month. I told those.
No, I get Swedish meatballs.
For my birthday month?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about the boy and getting stuff for other people. It's my birthday month.
It's cheap and we can fit in the car.
We'll see. Anywho, that's it for this episode.
Awesome.
Of the Positive Knitting Podcast, and stay tuned for what should I call it? Like the closing credits of the projects. Okay. Until then, I hope you have an awesome week of knitting, crocheting, crafting, and whatever makes your heart happy. Oh, one more thing. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention. Schmopey, who is Victoria who's Schmopey on Ravelry, she and Victoria Blue Designs. She is having a pattern sale, and she gave there's $1 off, and she's going in various groups and putting it. I will get the coupon code and put it in at the end of the podcast too, so you guys can look at her designs and take advantage of her coupon code. Woo woo. Okay, that's it. Okay, bye you guys.
Bye.
Bye.